Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. As always, I'm super glad to have you all here. So on today's video we're gonna do something really different. We're gonna do a new segment called Coffee Talks with me and Lotta. Cheers! So in every episode it's gonna be a little bit different, but on today's topic we're gonna talk about the law of attraction, some misconceptions, and how to learn to actually manifest stuff. So if you like that and you want to learn more about self-developing, some advices, let's get started.
We're already catching up on what happened. I think yesterday was a big day for a lot of us.
It was.
Was it the cancer wasn't cancer, like kind of double cancer?
Well, I really don't know anything about astrology, but one thing is sure is that when you meditate in new moon or in full moon, your meditations just level up. I can promise you that.
I thought when I didn't know anything about this, which was already recently, I understood that there is a new moon, and then, 2 weeks later, there's the full moon. And with full moon, I even put it in my calendar. Like, I don't know.
Oh, you did?
I even have it in there. Like, I put in not only the day, like I'm waking up on a Sunday at 6:30 to just do, because I'm believing in the high energy level that I receive when I do the meditation on time. Okay, so what I put in there is new moon release. So what I did yesterday was I was YouTubing new moon release meditation. And I was in this meditation and I was even doing the hands like this because I was just like, release. I don't have to receive any. I'm just like getting rid of things. And then within the meditation, Rissa, or that girl, whatever is her name, she was, okay, and then you listen to your heart, and your heart gets brighter, and you just shut off your mind, but your heart will tell you what you need. And then she was giving some examples, like, maybe you need creativity, confidence. And I was just like, that is manifestation. Like, I'm sending a message to universe saying, I need this. So what is basically the difference between releasing, getting rid? I thought it's just getting rid of people that you maybe don't want anymore.
You know, that's a really important question in this today's topic because we're going to talk about the law of attraction, as you guys know. And before jumping into the question of releasing and receiving, I think it's important to know that the law of attraction is just manifesting your dreams. That's the obvious thing. But what's not really obvious is that people who works with the law of attraction, they think they have to put, the work, they have to really think about it. They are obsessed thinking of what they want to receive rather than just letting go. And especially this is really important in the law of attraction because if you want to really be abundant, you have to be able to let go of your thoughts and you just have to make sure that you have the energy and like the frequency to manifest whatever you want. For example, if you want to manifest money, you have to be in a frequency of money because money is basically energy. And if you want to receive money, you have to feel rich. And I know that's really contradictory because, if you don't have money, how do you feel rich? That doesn't make any sense. But it's really important to just have a moment with yourself, meditate a little bit, and just repeat the sentence. I am already abundant, I am already rich, and I will manifest my things. And once you get that point, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to chase money. You don't have to chase your dreams. You just have to release. And that's the answer to your question. What's the difference between releasing and receiving? Actually, they're just sisters, basically. Like, you have to release in order to receive. So
like over controlling, like it's really desiring, put out the intention, and universe will figure your world around you out for you to experience it. As well, if you're coming from the energy level that you are feeling down, the same is coming. The shit is hitting the fence, like English people say. Now, yeah, but this is basically just a quick overview about the law of attraction.
Topic, and I'm actually gonna ask you something really important for the viewers out there, maybe for the people out there who feels really criticized that they don't have confidence whatsoever. Like, what are the techniques or what are the things that you did for feeling more confident from outside and inside?
I think confidence comes along with self-love, and I always told myself that it is really hard to love myself before loving others, and it really started from zero. Like I didn't even have any connection with myself, but it really came to the point that I was seeing others who just stepped out and they basically inspired me. Just go out without makeup and just be their true selves. Of course, they had a lot of skill, but they were respected. And I was like, okay, I have makeup, I don't feel comfortable, but I don't get the respect. So it really comes along when you feel comfortable within yourself and you have a connection, a strong connection with your body. So you know your body, you listen to your body, and you appreciate the way you are.
Yeah.
And you make such a big difference as well when you are smiling. People love your smile. It's amazing. But so when you're opening up the door or see somebody, like being really happy from your inner self about seeing this other person, and it will will be so much easier as well to connect with other people. I started when I really wanted to shift from being quite of feeling awkward within myself to very comfortable. That I've tried to go out without jewelry, like without my watch. I always walked around with a watch to just check time. The second was going out without makeup. Okay, I'm in a body which is okay, and even men will appreciate to see how you are naturally.
From the things that you already said, I think I wasn't really confident till 2 years ago when I started to work with myself. I started to go within. I was able to show the confidence that I have now. And I'm super proud to say that all of that was because of the meditations that I made of self-love, and also with yoga. Yoga helped me out a lot because every time I was like doing the workouts and stuff, I felt that my body was doing so much, and I was just like being super grateful to my body and to myself, like, hey, just because the fact that your body is breathing right now, it's just a blessing. And just to acknowledge that and love yourself from inside and out, I think that was the thing that really helped me out to stand up with myself.
And I think about yoga, it is so important in so many ways. So especially taking time for yourself. Like I try to do yoga a minimum of 5 times a week, and it could be a not super tough exercise, but still I'm practicing, and I'm like to do something consistent wins over being perfect.
Yeah.
And everybody is.
Yeah.
So it really makes the difference if you just go in, do your yoga practice, and in the beginning you don't feel comfortable. This is what we all experience when we first go on the downward facing dog. Everything aches, but I think in the end as well, even though you maybe not did one pose like you wanted to do, maybe you have not really the handstand like you normally do, whatever. When you are in shavasana and you really let all the good stuff like soak into you, you really feel the difference, and you're just going, like you're leaving the mat and you're like, wow, I did it, and I can feel my body is thankful for this.
And one thing that I want to add there, because you're talking about authenticity in the previous talk that we had, and so it's really important to get out of the ego, and that's something that we already talk. But how is it possible to separate yourself from your ego and just to live your best self? How do you do that?
Flaws or difficulties with your ego will still come. So getting rid of them completely is very, very difficult. It is. And I really think that it makes a difference when you are just listening to yourself, because once you're really like, maybe that helps as well. It's kind of similar as a meditation, but taking the time to really be relaxed. Maybe it's just going out in nature. What my father does, he goes out for a walk, and now he does his 9 kilometers of just walking. And in this time, he just gets relaxed and he just like feel comfortable. And of course, there is a vicious cycle of thoughts, and maybe this is your ego. But then really asking a very direct question. What do you want me to do now? Like, what is it that you're really looking for? And then feel into this moment and keep this moment up. Like, really try to live this moment as it was happening. And then you feel as well, if you're like super disconnected and you feel bad, for example, trying to image yourself in maybe a teaching job or whatever, what do you think, which would be good because you help others. But when you're like constantly trying to feel in this moment, and you do it over and over again because you're so into, I have to teach, and you just don't feel it. You feel, kind of you're having another thought that is not yours, not your purpose, or what is not your passion, or what is not something that you want to look for. And it can all change. And I think as well, it's sometimes really hard to say this is ego or this is something that you desire. But when you really feel intrigued to do a project, for example, just go for it if you really feel it. It can be super, it could be like a utopia. It could be like imaginable. It could be where you say millionaire, but maybe something similar like this.
Yeah.
But you will then find the action steps to move towards this goal, to the transition.
Especially when there's people out there telling you that, like, you can't do that. You can't go to this path. It's really risky. Like, you won't be successful. Like, if you get in fear, it just equals your ego. When you're taking things with your heart and things with your intuition, things will get really pretty, and you will see like, okay, that actually wasn't that bad.
Just getting rid of this fear, because I think a lot of people, when we tap into this kind of world, everything is possible, we just get to the boundaries and the wall, like, oh, I'm afraid, but of what? And this is a technique that I did last year when I did a massive change in my career. I visualized my worst scenario, like the worst ever that could happen now. I would visualize it. I was journal about this. And then it really, when you get more into this, you can really see where you can work on. Is it money? Is it the acceptance of friends or family? Is it your confidence? Anything, but you're really getting into the worst case scenario. Like, you will get into depth, for example, with something that I had and what I was trying to visualize, and then with like really direct questions, and like being realistic, like when you do this step, how much would you lose your money, and those kind of things. You just like realize, okay, it's not that bad, or okay, I have to figure out this or that before I just do a turn. Let us do the last question, maybe.
Okay.
Do you have any tip for anybody who is doing a massive change in their lives to not getting your head around the money situation? So I think you're now in the transition phase between jobs, or from university to job. You to, or how do you, like, what tip can you give for people who are in the same stage but not getting super crazy but I don't have enough money?
It's a really that's a really hard question. But let's remember that everyone is different. You don't have the same path as I do. But I'm going to tell like basically my story. Like when I was in university, I used to be really afraid of what I was going to do afterwards. Of course, I wanted to get like a job, like a real house, and maybe get some kids in the future. I don't know. I really wanted to do whatever people were doing because I thought that was just like the safe net. That was just like the safe bet to go there and just work basically for life. But when I discovered that wasn't my thing, you're just going to take the risk to to not follow whatever people are doing, to just follow your intuition and yourself. And that's what basically helped me out to do the things that I'm doing right now, because if I would have stayed in the place I was, I will basically say that I wouldn't be happy. Because right now I feel like super happy and super confident because I take the risk. And I got out of my comfort zone and I tried something that I really wanted. And that wouldn't happen if I just focus myself on fear. Because fear is just one of the things that separates you from being successful.
Last year I'm in a 9 to 5, but I want to transition to an online job, which is giving me complete freedom. I want to work for myself. I want to build up my own strategy. I want to build up my own team. I want to do this all on my own, but with a lot of support. Okay. And then I was just realizing that it was not possible to do this next to it because I didn't have the headspace. I didn't have the time as well. And I really wanted to get into this. And what I learned yesterday as well was make your plan A. If you have really, calculated all and you're really safe doing this, make your plan A as the only option. I'm going for doing this kind of self-entrepreneur. I go my own path. I will produce something that is full of value that will help others, even though I don't have it yet. So I don't have something produced. I don't have anything that I can give people, maybe now. But I've taken the decision and I know the path, and I'm taking this as the only option that is possible. And once you took the plan A as your way, nothing else is possible because you're so focused. You're in a tunnel. You're like, okay, I'm going that path. The road has to be like, ready for me because I'm now taking the course.
Hey, it's me again. We totally forgot to make an outro, so I'm making this one. And this is also a sneak peek from the next video. So stay tuned. And if you really like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Follow us in our social media accounts. Bang, bang, bang. And see you in the next one. Ciao.